People will walk into the gym and they'll give us half the story. Why? Because they're maybe a bit embarrassed. They're just not quite ready. And what we're trying to do within the gym is we're trying to create this safe space. Because the push-ups are the push-ups, the squats, the running, it could be anything. What we're trying to do, there's a block somewhere. There's a block to physical exercise and there's a block for someone's ability to share their story with you. And that's what I'm trying to contrast and compare here, how we unlock people, because nothing changes. The workout doesn't change that much. Yeah, the order we put it in, the music we put on, we can change the environment. But 3 months or 6 months, and like you said, it's a war of attrition, right? You grind them down. You keep going back and asking them more questions. And we're doing kind of the same thing. And then suddenly things start to click, things start to change, and they're able to achieve greater things than they've ever been able to achieve. So I think it's similar.
It's strikingly similar. And so similar that I have a suspicion that my golden key could be of use to you.
This is why I want it.
And I think at the risk of sounding flippant, there are striking similarities. And I've got to say that they hadn't struck me until you just said what you've just said. I think that people who come to you and some of your amazing trainers will see positive individuals oozing vitality, oozing positivity, ripped quite often, looking great, feeling great, optimum nutrition, just looking like, they get it. And I think that people can sometimes struggle to associate with that. They may aspire to look and feel the same way, but when they walk through that door for the first time, it can be a little intimidating. And I think when people sit down with me to talk about their story, and they are no more or less willing to sit down with me and talk than they are to walk through the front door of your gym. 100%. It's the same thing. We haven't dragged them kicking and screaming there. They've come of their own accord. I think when they sit down with me, they quite often, in fact, more often than not, I would say, have checked me out. They've Googled your guys and you, and they've read about this amazing guy with an achievement-packed life. And for me, they've seen that I've been a journalist for 30 years, that I've been a captain of industry, that I've won awards for my writing, and they can find that a little intimidating. And I think that's why the one thing that has always worked for me as a starting point is apparent empathy. So what I tend to do is to immediately make it very clear that I've done a lot of things wrong. I've many times in my life have been suboptimal. I have made rookie errors in the way I've reported stuff, the way I have conducted my life. I tell them I died. And bouncing, you think you're having a tough gig, try bouncing back from the dead. And I just wonder if part of what makes your business and your PT so successful is that either consciously or subconsciously, part of the gig is dumbing it all down a bit and making them feel like they're limited only by their imagination and their commitment to making change in their physique, in their diet, in their nutrition, in their mindset, in their mental wellness. And I just think that apparent empathy wins the day, hands down for me. I do a bit of role reversal, and I don't just think it, I tell them about it. And you can immediately see people feeling at ease. And I just think that people walk through your front door and can be greeted by people who are prepared to sit down and talk to them about how they once were in their life and how small incremental changes have got them to the point that they're at. I have a suspicion that in just the same way you've put those people at ease, they're more comfortable coming back, and they're more comfortable, in my case, opening up to me.
I agree.
Well, I didn't think you wouldn't, because you have a gig here, which has got to be based on making people feel comfortable. You'll get them through the door once. You've got to get them to keep coming back.